Your home needs to be like a mini resort when you're in a really competitive vacation rental market like Myrtle Beach. Guests want experiences and they want plenty of things to do when they're staying at your vacation rental, which is why today we're going over the top 12 home amenities for your short-term rental in the Myrtle Beach market. Now, I wanted to add all of these amenities that we're about to talk about keep ROI in mind, right? Because at the end of the day, what's the point? The point is how much is it gonna cost to add and how much revenue will it add to our rental? And we've seen that a lot of the rentals see a 40 to 60% boost in revenue when you make a few of these key upgrades. All right, let's start with the top indoor amenities. And one thing to keep in mind when we're doing all this amenity research is what is your market like? Obviously here we're talking about Myrtle Beach, and it is important to understand your market because you want to understand what the competitors are offering, right? Guests are going to be comparing your house versus others. In the Myrtle Beach market, we have a lot of economy to upper scale rentals. I wouldn't say we have a lot of luxury rentals. Maybe there's some opportunity with that, but we're not like a Destin market or a Park City market where there's a lot of high-end vacation homes. Now, again, there could be potential for that, but we just want to keep that in mind as we're looking at amenities. The other thing is bedroom count, bedroom size. We see houses range from 2 bedrooms, which is really small, not that common, all the way up to 7, 8, 9 bedrooms. You don't really see anything above 8 and 9 bedrooms. That's a pretty big house, but there are some 7 bedrooms in the market. One good tool to use is something like Price Labs or Key Data, where you can see exactly how many rentals are in the market for each bedroom count. That could also be something that may dictate what amenities you're gonna add to your rental. The first great interior amenity we'll talk about is the game room. And game rooms are probably one of the most coveted amenities that guests look for. And really your imagination is the limit when it comes to the game room. You can add classic retro arcade style games. You can add a pool table. I've seen golf simulators. We're a big golf market, so people love golf simulators. They also love little indoor putt-putt or mini golf. We've seen infinity tables, which are cool, sort of almost looks like a coffee table, but guests have access to thousands and thousands of games in that thing, almost like the App Store on your phone. So there's a bunch of different things you can add. Just keep in mind that whether you're managing it yourself or using a property manager like us, you are gonna wanna make sure they keep track of all those little things, because the game room is awesome, but if the guest shows up and they're missing a ping pong ball, putters for putt-putt, or darts for the dartboard, it takes away from it, right? It's almost like teasing them. So it is important to keep in mind, if you add a game room, make sure you also have a good inspection team to check for all that stuff. The next good amenity is smart TVs in each bedroom. What we see is that guests are really getting away from cable. A lot of guests are just looking for streaming. We've converted a lot of our rentals this year just to streaming, and we haven't really had many complaints, if any at all. So having streaming smart TVs is great in every bedroom. You'd be surprised how many guests just love to relax and watch TV. Even though there's a beautiful beach and plenty of attractions, people love their TVs. A bathroom in each bedroom is kind of a unique one, right? It's not the fun amenity that you think about, but guests, particularly the women, love to have their own bathroom so they can get ready on their own time and don't feel rushed. That's a big one. A well-designed kitchen can really be a great add to a home. It can really make the place look luxury, even if the rest of it isn't. So I would say a big kitchen with plenty of appliances. You can also qualify for a chef's kitchen on Airbnb, which is a nice little extra way to stand out. So I would say a nice kitchen, stainless steel appliances with plenty of kitchen tools and equipment is a big add. All right, this one may be a little controversial, but beds, and more beds. The best rentals we have, just at the end of the day, are those that can sleep the most people. Now, you wanna keep wear and tear in mind, and you also wanna keep comfortability in mind. If you have a really tight living room, it may not make sense to be able to sleep 30 people, right? That doesn't make any sense. But in our 7 bedrooms, we sleep anywhere from 20 to 25 people. 4 bedrooms, we have some that can sleep up to 12 guests. So I would say you typically don't wanna just do one bed in each bedroom. After bedroom 1 and bedroom 2, it typically makes more sense to be able to sleep 3 to 4 guests per bedroom. The final one I'll add is a coffee bar. This one's kind of like a cocktail bar, but it's nice because a coffee bar can be enjoyed by everyone. Just about everyone I know is addicted to coffee. They love coffee on vacation just as if they were at home. And what way to make it better than to have a really nice upgraded premium coffee bar with a nice coffee maker, good coffee, good add-ons like different syrups and stuff you would almost see at Starbucks. It looks cool in the photos and it's a great addition to add as an amenity. Let's now dive into the outdoor amenities, and outdoor amenities can be really fun. Again, there's a whole lot of different things you can add outdoors, and guests are looking for those outdoor experiences, right? People don't want to be crammed inside all day. We've got a beautiful location here in Myrtle Beach with beautiful weather. So guests want to be outside. You just have to provide them those activities so they can engage outside and make those memories. Now, some of these are going to be expensive. So your outdoor amenities can be some of your more expensive additions, including our number one amenity, which I'd imagine you can guess at this point. It is the most expensive, but again, going back to ROI, it's gonna offer your greatest return, right? And these are investments. You wanna make sure that whatever you add is also adding a great return. So let's go ahead and dive into it. So our top amenity, if you can guess it, is a pool. The pool is the best addition you can make to a home. Homes without a pool versus homes with a pool see a massive difference in revenue. I know the beach is right there. I know it's the biggest pool in the world, right? The ocean is, but guests love a pool, right? And who doesn't love at the end of the day just to be able to go relax in a refreshing pool after a hot day at the beach, enjoy some drinks, enjoy some music, maybe enjoy some food around the pool and just relax for hours. It is the best amenity. If there's one thing you can add, it should be a pool. The next amenity is the cheaper cousin of the pool. It's the hot tub. The guests love hot tubs. Guests love water, right? We're at the beach, we're a water destination. Guests just want something they can do and relax in when they get back to the house. And even though hot tubs, they're warm, it's hot here, guests still love them. They are really attractive. They don't add as much revenue as you may see with a pool, but we see revenue increases anywhere from $5,000 to $15,000 if you add a hot tub. So I would definitely consider a hot tub, especially if you can't fit the pool. We have some houses that pool's just not possible, but a hot tub is very manageable. So keep a hot tub in mind if you can't add a pool. Fire pits. Fire pits aren't really as common as you would see in like a mountain market like Anuga, Tennessee, or some ski destination. Not as common, but again, it's all about creating that experience. Guests can flick the fire pit on. It could be a good amenity that could attract guests in the slower times, which could be a big plus. But again, guests can make experiences around those. They can relax around them, make memories, keep them happy. Fire pits is kind of a unique one. We don't have it at a ton of houses. We do have it at a few, and I think it does help. If your house has a patio or balcony of some sort, that can also be a great place where guests are gonna congregate to. It can be a great place to really make stand out and make unique, right? I've seen some really cool house rentals with patios that they have a hot tub, or they have some really comfortable seating, an outdoor TV, a little mini bar that they can work from. There's some really cool things you can do with a patio. If you deck it out, it can definitely add some revenue. Outdoor games is another good one that's fairly affordable. Games like cornhole, life-size games. I've seen checkers, I've seen chess, bocce ball. If you have a little yard space or sandy area, can be a good one. Again, those are really affordable, but guests love that sort of stuff. It adds to the experience. It's something a little extra to do, something a little extra to help you stand out, and I would definitely consider those if you're on a budget. The last outdoor amenity I'm gonna touch on is a grill or outdoor kitchen. Guests really love to cook outside. I love to grill personally. I know there's a lot of dads out there that resonate with that and want to be able to grill when they're on vacation. So usually if we have a nice property that doesn't have a grill, even if it's not advertised, guests almost expect it, so they show up and they're kind of frustrated. But grills are a really nice addition. You can get a grill from Lowe's for under $250. So I really think it's a no-brainer when it comes to outdoor amenities. And that wraps up our list of our top 12 home amenities for vacation rentals in Myrtle Beach. As I mentioned, we're in a competitive market here. You gotta do a lot of things to stand out. So these home amenities I really think will help you on the revenue side. A lot of them are really good investments when it comes to ROI. And even if you're not in our market, they're definitely things to consider. I would also look at other markets for inspiration. There's some really cool things that markets down in Florida are doing, markets out in Arizona and California are doing. So there's a lot of potential, and really when it comes to amenities, your imagination is the limit. So I would definitely recommend considering these. Also, this is not a do it once and you don't have to worry about it again, right? When it comes to vacation rentals, it's constant iteration, it's constant improvement. So you will have to monitor the competition year after year. If you have a property manager like us, that's one thing we provide our clients with, is kind of reports on how the market does and reports on how their rentals comparing to the market, things that they can improve upon, right? It's super important to always be ahead of that stuff. If you like the video, please like. If there's any videos you want to see in the future, comment below. I will definitely be happy to make them. Otherwise, I hope to see you in the next one. Peace out.